Well, a very good morning and welcome once again to our live stream coverage of the Rosslyn Park HSBC National School Sevens. And as you can see, the action just underway here on our main pitch, RE1, and this is a Pool A match between King's College Wimbledon and Cathedral School. And it looks like we might have our first score of the day on the main pitch. King's College Wimbledon. Boys who haven't had to travel too far, that's fair to say, getting the first score of the day. So successful conversion, and King's College Wimbledon get the restart. It's not easily gathered by Cathedral School, so that one's just bobbled into touch. Hazy sunshine down in southwest London this morning. My name is Nick Heath and you're very welcome joining our live coverage. We're going to be here all day. We'll be joined by former England Sevens captain Chris Cracknell. He'll be here in the commentary box very soon. And today is all about the festival competition and the concluding elements to the Colts competition. Very much looking forward to the closing stages of that, and it looks like King's College Wimbledon might be getting through again. It is indeed try number 2 for them. Getting over for the score, and well, at this time of the day it's also about who is the more alert. Early start, plenty of the teams having their little meetings and final team talks as I was just walking over to get in position for today's coverage. (12-0) King's College Wimbledon in the lead in this one. We've got 7 games from the festival for you in this morning's session, and then from lunchtime from 1 o'clock it's the Colts competition. We will have a bit of a knockout couple of rounds in the festival at 4 o'clock before the Colts final at 4:40. That's how the day is shaping up here at the Rosslyn Park HSBC National School Sevens. Cathedral School looking to try and chip their way out of their own half, but in fact they've left themselves exposed and it's going to be an easy run-in. We mentioned several times yesterday how important it is for teams to keep ball in hand to avoid them being exposed, and Cathedral learning that lesson pretty early on. (19-0) the score. As the restart, it's deep and goes into touch, so that's going to continue to put more pressure on Cathedral School. Cathedral with some work to do, trailing as they are by 19 points to 0. King's College Wimbledon well in control of this one in the early stages. King's College Wimbledon, the top seeds in Group A. One of a number of schools that could do damage in this competition, each group looking like it contains a threat. Games going on adjacent pitches. Canford head Group B, they could well go far. Well, Group C could be pretty interesting. Both Kings, Macclesfield and Dauntsey's well placed to go far, while Prior Park could yet prove to be a thorn in the side. Not letting up on the try count, Wimbledon. 26-0 now. Cathedral with possession. Can they get out of their own half? King's College Wimbledon just shepherding them across the field, not panicking. Plenty of time. Cathedral holding on to possession a little longer here. Got to look after the ball now. Then there's a chance to break through the middle, and that's what they were looking for. And this man, who is well tackled by the last line of defence, and he's tried to pop the ball up, but King's College have done well to snaffle it. Now the race is on for the corner. Is it going to sit up? Is the try given? I think the referee's saying it's been knocked on. King's College searching for try number 5 before the half-time break. Cathedral getting the penalty on their own line. Looking to go around the outside. This man's got some real pace, so they're going to get a chance to get away. He's turning the last defender inside and out, but he's got the pace to try and go with him. Support runner's going to need to be there. He's just overrun, in fact, his support. And it's turnover to Kings. Got room on the outside. Cutting back into where the traffic is, but then trying to create the extra man. Is that number 5 going to get all the way? He is. He's over the try line and dots it down behind that left hand upright. Conversion is good. And one-way traffic, really, in that first half. King's College Wimbledon well in control of our first game of the afternoon, leading as they do over Cathedral School by 33 points to 0 at half-time. So second half getting underway in this, our opening match of the day in the festival competition. King's College Wimbledon hoping to pick up where they left off from that first half, and they're cutting through the middle now, and it's going to be a race for the try line. Tackler is putting the pressure on. He's got a support runner though, and those support runners so key in the game of rugby sevens. And King's College just taking a little time to dot that one down, which he finally does. The conversion attempt to come. It's successful and takes Kings up to the 40-point mark. So scrum in the middle of the park for King's College Wimbledon. Hoping to make the most of this opportunity. It's a one-on-one opportunity, and well, the defence from Cathedral School just being undone too easily. And King's College are through. It's try number 7. And they're really putting Cathedral School to the sword here. Conversion goes begging, but 45-0 is the score. Good take from Cathedral, good high ball, needs support, he's found it. Cathedral get going down the left side. Haven't managed to get an awful lot of continuity going in this game. And now it's turnover for King's College Wimbledon. Can the local boys break through again? Oh, well, that's real bravery in the challenge with the man in possession. He's gone, I can see 2 of you and I'm going to take you on. He's done just that. And he's going to score his side's 8th try of this contest. They've been blown away, Cathedral. No doubt about it. They crossed the 50-point mark, 52-0. King's College Wimbledon in Pool A, looking like the tag of favourites that they are. King's College with possession again. It's going to be another score for the top seeds in this pool. Cathedral won't be enjoying this particularly. Could be one of the highest scores we've seen so far this week. Game's not up yet. Conversion is hanging. I think it's good. Yeah. 59-0. that is a pretty brutal scoreline to be on the receiving end of. Can Cathedral break through and get a consolation score? They've got some men with pace. We've seen that, but they've just kicked possession away, handing it back to the team that have got the real get-go. And they're going to get going into the corner, are they? Oh, he might have been dragged into touch there. Don't seem to have someone marshalling that touchline over on the far side. Might have just caused himself an injury, the Cathedral player there in the tackle. Will be Cathedral School's ball, but I think that young man's just going to get a little bit of attention. Taking a knock to his right leg there by the looks of things. Key defensive line out. It's a good jump, but it's been won by King's College Wimbledon, and well, given the game so far, you can only imagine one thing's going to happen here. It's a good tackle from Cathedral, but there you go, creating the extra man just too easy for the side who are well in control. 10 tries. Five in each half, and Cathedral are out on their feet out there, bless them. Oh, a conversion attempt is just off the upright. Referee does Cathedral a favour, really. The final whistle goes. That won't be the start to the day that they've enjoyed, but King's College Wimbledon, a real statement of intent. 10 tries, a win by 64 points to 0. And that is the festival competition here on pitch RE1, well and truly opened in impressive style. And we have our next game coming up in just a moment, and that'll be between Prior Park and Mount Kelly. So we have our final game of the morning session then, and it's Cathedral School in the maroon and white, playing from left to right against St Columba's College in the red and black, and St Columba's looking to get away. It's a good challenge over on the far side, and takes play into touch. Cathedral School looking to break out. They went down in that opening game of the day, but they look like they might be getting on the score sheet here. It's going to be a real chase. Number 21 wraps up his man. Ball is bobbling around down there. And St Columba's could be the ones to break back. Chase is still on, but he's getting away, and the first score goes to the team in black and red, and St Columba's with the conversion, leading by 7 points to 0.
We talk about the support in attack there, and also you can talk about it in defence, and that was a fantastic effort from the St Columba's College lads to get back, get onside and win the breakdown, turn the ball over, and then go back the length of the, half the length of the field to score a opening try.
In terms of this Group A, Cathedral went down to King's College School Wimbledon, 64 points to 0. Then St Columba's went down to Wrekin, 41-0. Then Curlian Comprehensive had a very close match against Cathedral School, 33 points to 26. But it's a second try for St Columba's, and our Cathedral School going to be on the wrong side of another result here. 14 points to nil with that conversion. King's College Wimbledon, of course, the strong team in this group, who we expect to be progressing.
Those tight games, those narrow games, do take a lot out of you as well, and you know, it might be a case here for Cathedral School of still having a little bit of a hangover of the last game. So got to find their legs, find their lungs, and get themselves back into this game. Otherwise, they'll find themselves. Well, it looks like they're going to find themselves another point down here. Apart from that sniper in the forest, they obviously pushed, made the tackle forward, and there's a eighth man on the pitch that we haven't seen.
He ran his own feet into the ground there. St Columba's trying to dance their way round from close quarters. Cathedral School have got to get the tackles in. Can't just invite scores in against them. One of the players from Cathedral's just had the ball thrown straight into his face. They've gone back in field there where it was absolutely on wide. There is the wide pass, gathered in by the number 23.
Great soft hands there by the number 2. He knew the pressure was on and likely to be man and ball tackled, so he just used the sort of patty cake kind of pass to move the ball out to his winger, who duly took the ball and went over in the corner. Fantastic hands and skill there.
Julie took the ball, did she? Didn't know she was playing.
It's not a bit pedantic.
Conversion goes wide. So 19 points to nil. St Columba's building up a decent lead. I do hope there's someone in the world called Julie Noted. That would be nice. St Columba's get us restarted. Cathedral come to the left. Oh, that's a lovely break, and he really eyed up that hole. Waited for his moment. Caught St Columba's a little bit wide defensively and went straight through. That's a good score.
Oh, fantastic feat there from the young lad from Cathedral School. Bit of overchase in St Columba's College's defence, and also not playing with a sweeper, so that 7-up defence proving costly for them by not having a bailout at the back.
Ball is into the corner. St Columba's looking to try and run this out of their own 22. The tackler there. There's one strong fen now, then they've got to try and pin the defence. They've got another man running on the outside, but he's just knocked it on.
Talked about the number 2 earlier on and his fantastic hands to put his teammate over in the corner, and there just a poor pass going out to his support. But the key thing there was the support from St Columba's College. Fantastic to see them all flooding upfield and looking to work off the ball.
can we ask for a representative for the 2 matches due to kick off at 12:40 to report to the referees control? That's Mount Kelly, Duke of York Military School, Prior Park and King's School, Macclesfield. A representative from those schools please to report to the referees.
Second half gets underway from St Columba's College then. Scrum down for Cathedral. That last score in the first half will give them a chance to chase this game, trailing by 12 points. But here come Columbus. Number 11 has had a couple of little breaks, not quite had the pace to go all the way himself, but he's creating enough. That ball's come forward off Columbus' hand. Not sure whether the referee's he's gone just with the knock-on, nothing sterner than that.
I thought it was a little bit cynical myself, however.
Well, there was that potential, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Mind you, I do think that in some of the 15s games we've been watching over the last few months in the Premiership and at international level, referees a little bit too keen to go for a yellow card on someone attempting an intercept. It sort of seems that you're either going for the opportunity to get an interception or you're in the sin bin, and there's nowhere in the middle. And I think there needs to be a little bit more consideration in that area of the game. But
what you're saying is allowing for people not to quite have such good dexterity with their hands.
I think so.
Being
Sometimes,
politically correct.
Sometimes people are going for the ball and they just happen to knock it on, and that should be a scrum.
Not a fan of referees, then, Nick?
Oh no, I am. I certainly am. My father was one for 25 years. I've done my basic level course, but anyway, we'll leave that for another day, shall we? St Columba's getting in the corner for their 4th try of the game, and they're opening up a bit more daylight again over Cathedral School. Conversion is wide.
Just looking a bit further ahead, the likes of St Columba's, they don't seem to have quite the pace that we've seen with other sides such as Prior Park and Clifton College, so they're having to work a lot harder to go through the game to just make their scores and make their scores count. So going into the latter stages, it's how they conserve energy moving forward, but also how they look to break down the slightly quicker teams and make their more powerful runners count.
They're a slender looking bunch as well. Just looking at some of the teams that we've seen play out here, there are some slighter players in that side, and it's obviously challenging then in the physical side of sevens, which we've seen a fair bit of as well in the last couple of days. Of course, it is a game that's known for its space and its running rugby and try scoring, but we've seen a fair few physical encounters and attritional matches. But here come Cathedral. Oh, it's a loose pass. Hint of a high tackle there. In fact, the ball's been ripped away. Strong work up front from Columbus. And we have a penalty to Columbus, and they've got numbers if they go right. Into the corner they go, and that is try number 6. Sorry, try number 5. Can't count.
Cathedral School just getting caught up in the middle of the park there and losing their defensive shape, and again, great hands by St Columba's College to put their try scoring winger over in the corner.
What a high conversion effort. That's excellent. Really, really strong kick. We've got a strong crosswind as well this afternoon, and he's done really well there. Cathedral School 7, St Columba's College 31. This Pool A match concluding our coverage of the pool stages of the festival this morning. We'll have a short break after this before we pick up at 1 o'clock with the knockout rounds of the Colts competition. And that first game up will be Queen Elizabeth Grammar School, Wakefield against Warwick School. Good little bit of interplay there between two of the Cathedral players, and I think there's a foot into touch. Tough decision for the referee there. I think both players had their hands on the ball at the time.
One end of RE1 pitch.
Suggestion is maybe a... Oh no, it's Cathedral School who've got this one.
As we talked about earlier on, saving fresh legs for later on. Obviously St Columba's College's coaches thinking they've done enough here, and they just brought on the substitutes for the final throws of the game.
Cathedral School looking to try and find some room around St Columba's. Oh, but it's been wrestled from them. Little reverse pass back inside. St Columba not rushing it, get the pass away. Oh, it's a good tackle. I don't think he knew that man was on him. He pays back with a tackle of his own, man who was brought down. And is there going to be a chance for Cathedral School to get away? They didn't back their pace with that man on the wing, so he comes back in field, and now they might have a bit of room on the right hand side if they can use it, and they are trying to use it here, and he gets through, and Cathedral School will have a second score in this one. Touches down under the posts. Conversion isn't made, but Cathedral get into double figures. Restart from Cathedral is taken by St Columba's. Oh, and then a little show, and he's cut back on himself there, and he now wants to try and go all the way. Number 23, one of the players who opened the scoring, and he goes over again. Good try from him, well made. He had players on the outside that he looked to. The defence got starry-eyed about having to mark him. And the conversion is good, and as the referee blows the final whistle, we have a final score of Cathedral School 12, St Columba's College 38. And Chris Cracknell, let's just get a final word from you on the standard of rugby we've seen in the festival pool stages this morning.
Well, unfortunately we've seen a few one-sided encounters, but those sides that have come out on top have shown some fantastic skills and some fantastic level of understanding when it comes to sevens. So it's been fantastic to watch this morning. Keep saying fantastic any more times, and I couldn't be more positive. No, it's been great to see such level of ability in such young men across the board with this fantastic tournament that we're seeing here before us at the Rosslyn Park HSBC National Schools Sevens.
So our second game of the day gets underway. King's College School Wimbledon in the red and the blue stripes on the front of their shirts, the navy backs, playing against Stonyhurst in the red and white stripes. Stonyhurst looking to break through, and this big number 8, he's strong. He's not the quickest in the side, but his strength certainly causes teams problems. Now Stonyhurst got some really good width and attack here, and there is that winger right on the touchline. Opposite number hasn't faltered for a moment in staying and marking him. Now they come to the right. Stonyhurst, oh, now a little chip through to try and get around the last defender. Will the ball sit up for any of them? Or is that an off-the-ball charge? The referee certainly thinks so. Thinks so. Put my teeth in. Let's just have another little look at that. Real shoulder barge there. Try scored. Sorry, just checking a few details up here in our commentary position as Stonyhurst get the first score. Stonyhurst converting their score, and King's College Wimbledon, they've played some great stuff so far in this tournament. Just to give you an idea, in the festival competition, the teams that get through, well, Stonyhurst getting through for another score, just as we say that. Well out of the trap, Stonyhurst. Conversion coming. Stonyhurst converting. They're leading 14 points to 0 now. Stonyhurst with the restart then. Try to gather it in themselves. Knock on will give possession to King's College School Wimbledon. Wimbledon, little show and looks to try and go through the gap, the number 9 there. Releases it. Now they've got 3-on-3 out of this way, so how will they create the space? They're going to try and use a quick man to go round the outside, then quick hands to get it back inside, and Wimbledon have done well to maintain possession there. Stonyhurst tried desperately to come in. Oh, that's a lovely angled run back into the tacklers, and he's taken 2 of them out and popped the ball up, and then there's another support run. He opted out of catching it because he knew he'd knock it on. That was a more sensible option, really. But Stonyhurst have turned it over. Shows to 1. Shrugs off a tackler. Wants to get away again. Wimbledon coming in and making the hits. Stonyhurst go left. Oh, cuts inside 1. Anybody with a decent sidestep this morning is going to do well while the grass is as slippery as it is. Makes anyone wearing rugby boots look like they're wearing slippers. Stonyhurst trying to get into the corner. That's a really good last tackle. But then the follow-up tackle not quite as good. And Stonyhurst doing really well now. That's try number 3 in this first half.
Stonyhurst just carrying on from where they were yesterday. Just but slightly more powerful side than we see from some of the other opposition they've come up against, just going through the phases, keeping hold of ball well, that support play being really good, not necessarily looking to play the more offloading, free-flowing style of 7s, but certainly battering teams nevertheless.
Less conventional conversion. Not made, so King's College School Wimbledon 0, Stonyhurst 19.
Could we ask a representative from the school to report to referee control? Middlefield, right Penrose, Queen Elizabeth High School and Lyman Langston. Thank you.
Well, here's a chance for King's College Wimbledon, and they do get in. Solid running from their number 9. Conversion attempt is just inside the left-hand upright, but cuts the deficit to 14 points as the referee blows for half-time in this one. King's College School Wimbledon 5, Stonyhurst 19, second half to come. Back underway for the second half then. King's College School Wimbledon chipping the ball through, the chase is on. Stonyhurst player just tracking back, had to wait until he had the support either side of him. Oh, that's lovely work from Stonyhurst. He just couldn't quite make it, just falling down there. Now then, King's College, they've gone for the little chip round the outside. Can the winger get there in time? It's a real mishmash, but he does pick it up and dives in for the corner. They get it there somehow. It was a little bit unconventional, but however that ball gets dotted down is 5 points.
Right, it was unconventional, but they needed the points certainly to get themselves back into this fixture. 9 points down now with the conversion to come. Just slowly creeping back into this encounter, King's College Wimbledon. It was a good looking conversion, but it didn't have quite enough to make it.
Two little fumbles of the ball in the lead up to that try, but they both went back. No problem. But the conversion leaving a 9-point gap, so that does mean that King's College School Wimbledon will need 2 scores.
They do. As we've talked about over the previous couple of days, the length and the breadth that this competition has reached. We currently have a school from Bermuda underneath us, and they're getting ready for their next encounter. But it's fantastic to see a wide range of countries involved in this tournament, and just shows how great this tournament has become over the years. And 76 years in the running, certainly the last 3 or 4 years as Dominic Shabu's taken over and HSBC have come on board, it really has grown in strength to strength.
That's the voice of Chris Cracknell. My name's Nick Heath, and it looks like Stonyhurst might be the next ones on the score sheet. Reasserting now a 14-point lead. King's College School Wimbledon just looking a little down in terms of their body language. Got to try and pick themselves up. They needed 2 scores. If this conversion doesn't go over, it'll still be 2 in terms of tying the game. Just shy of the left-hand upright that. So Wimbledon 10, Stonyhurst 24.
Wimbledon need to make sure they regather off this kickoff, get themselves back in charge early doors, get a good score in. They are 3 scores to the good now, so lots of pressure come on them.
Stonyhurst get us restarted then. King's College School Wimbledon with possession. Oh, and that pass hasn't quite gone to hand. Stonyhurst. They've held on to it though, and King's College School Wimbledon can bring this away. King's College creating the chance. There might be just enough time left for another if they could get one now. It's almost turned into a bit of a 15-style game there for a moment. And Stonyhurst have turned it over on their own line. That will frustrate Wimbledon. They've got to maintain their discipline though. Turnovers can be won in any areas of the field. They now try and go wide, and the chase is on, but the tackle's got to be good, and it is. Stonyhurst managing to keep the ball alive brilliantly though. And now they find a bit of space again. Is he going to try and go the whole length? He's scragged well. Oh, and he tried to throw the ball back in field, and his teammate just managed to nudge the ball over the line. Well, there's King's College. They looked like they were clean through, and the defenders come across. No support with him, so Stonyhurst get that turnover.
Okay, we can safely say that Stonyhurst will be going through to the next round. Unfortunately, King's College just not really able to get themselves.
Well, there's an amazing drive from King's College. Sorry to just cut across you there, Chris. That's a tremendous forwards effort, you want to say.
Up the jumper effort.
Yes, that's the one.
We saw a catch and drive yesterday, and maybe teams playing the conditions rather more cleverly than we give them credit for.
Yes, absolutely. Conversion is wide, but 15 points to 24 now the scoreline. King's College School Wimbledon. They got some real momentum up with that drive. Stonyhurst, oh, a little show and go. He's nearly through. Support runner is well tackled, man and ball, but penalty is coming to Stonyhurst. Not going to be an awful lot of time left in this one, but Stonyhurst will get the chance of their own line out from that penalty. Ball is in. Short ball at the front. Might have gone 4.8 metres there, but the referee was happy. That was close enough to 5. Little shows from Stonyhurst, but the clock's gone red and the player knows it. Boots the ball into touch, and that is a decent win for Stonyhurst against what we've seen as a very strong King's College School Wimbledon side. Final score in this Festival Pool FF quarter-final. Of course, many of these teams into another pool of quarter-final games. And final score in this one, King's College School Wimbledon 15, Stonyhurst 24.